Imagine this. The sun is setting, painting the sky in shades of orange and purple. The evening heat in Maple Grove feels like a warm, comforting blanket. Suddenly, a sound cuts through the quiet hum of sprinklers and chirping crickets. It's not the usual jingle you'd expect. It's a soft piano lullaby, and it's coming from an ice cream truck that seems to shimmer, its chrome finish shifting in the twilight. The truck drifts silently to the curb, and the serving window snaps open. A friendly man in a white cap, Morris, leans out with a warm smile. "Welcome to tomorrow's treats," he says, his voice as gentle as the music. He slides a menu across the counter, and it glimmers with flavors you've never dreamed of. Three friends, Avery, Zoe, and Jaden, stare at the list, their eyes wide. Lightning lemon, do-over double vanilla, backtrack berry. Avery reads aloud, a skeptical laugh in her voice. Is this for real? Zoe, meanwhile, is mesmerized by the truck itself. The paint, she whispers, pointing. It's changing colors. Jaden, ever the practical one, eyes the strange vehicle and mutters, "If this thing starts to fly, I'm out." Morris just chuckles and taps a small brass bell on the counter. "The first sample is always free," he explains. "But there's a small catch. You pay for it afterward, with a good deed." The air in the cul-de-sac feels thick with magic and anticipation. Fireflies bob around like tiny floating lanterns. Avery, always the bold one, decides to go first. "I'll try the lightning lemon," she declares. Morris scoops a vibrant yellow sorbet into a small cup. The moment it touches Avery's tongue, it crackles like a tiny, friendly thunderstorm. It tastes like pure energy. "Try the long shot," Morris murmurs, nodding toward the basketball hoop down the street. Feeling a strange surge of confidence, Avery jogs back to the mailbox, takes aim, and launches the basketball. The net barely whispers as the ball slips perfectly through the hoop, a perfect swish from an impossible distance. Next up is Zoe. She's drawn to the sound of do-over double vanilla. Morris scoops a creamy white cone for her. "One undo, one improvement," he warns cryptically. Zoe looks down at the chalk drawing on the sidewalk. She'd been working on a pirate ship, but a smudged line had ruined the sail. She crouches down, holding the ice cream, and whispers to the drawing, "Be brave." As she speaks, the smudged chalk lines seem to crawl back into place, reforming into a clean, proud white sail, better than she'd drawn it before. Jaden is last. He hesitantly asks for the backtrack berry. The flavor is intense, a burst of wild raspberry mixed with a strange metallic taste, like hitting a rewind button. He winces. "Hold still," Morris says, and tugs on both of Jaden's sleeves. The world seems to blink. The sprinklers, which had just shut off, hiss back to life, re-wetting their ankles. The whole street just jumped back in time by 5 minutes. Just then, a screen door creaks open. It's their neighbor, Mrs. Hines, and she looks worried. "Has anyone seen Buster?" she calls out, her voice trembling a little. In the distance, a test firework cracks loudly, echoing through the trees. Buster, her small dog, is terrified of loud noises. Morris closes the glowing menu. "Payment time," he says softly, and the truck's lights dim to a gentle, waiting glow. Without a second thought, the three friends know what their good deed must be. They spread out, calling for the lost dog. "Buster!" Avery calls, peering under a porch that smells like old, damp leaves. "Buddy, you out here?" Zoe whispers by the giant hydrangea bushes, where moths flutter in the fading light. Jaden rolls his scooter quietly past the mailboxes, his eyes scanning every shadow. "Check under the recycling bin," Morris calls out. Jaden peers behind the big blue bin, and a soft, tentative bark answers. "Hey, pal," Avery whispers, kneeling down as more fireworks start to fizz and pop over the water tower. Buster, a worried-looking little sausage dog with the bravest eyes, is trembling in the corner. "It's okay," Avery soothes. "It's just Loud pretending to be big." The little dog creeps out, still shaking. Just as he does, the real fireworks show begins with a huge boom. Buster flinches, ready to bolt again. Quick-thinking Zoe remembers her do-over power. She looks at the spilled bag of potting soil next to them, the one that probably scared Buster into hiding in the first place. Focusing, she uses her tiny bit of magic. With a soft, papery sigh, the bag reseals itself, the dirt zipping back inside as if it had never spilled. The sudden quiet isn't enough, though. The booms are still coming. Jaden knows what to do. He touches the last bit of his backtrack berry cone. 3, 2, 1, he whispers. The street flutters, the world rewinding once more, but just for a minute. They land back in the quiet moment right before the big firework, leaving only the sound of crickets and that sweet, warm smell of summer asphalt. The scare is gone. Together, they gently guide the calm little dog back to Mrs. Hines, who is overjoyed. "Oh, thank you," she says, scooping Buster into a hug. They return to the truck, their hearts full. Morris is smiling, and 3 full-sized ice cream cones are waiting on the counter like trophies. "Paid in full," he says. These aren't the sample flavors. Avery's is Stardust Swirl, and it tastes like new ideas and exciting plans. Zoe gets Calm Seas Blue, a flavor that cools her heart and makes her feel peaceful. Jaden's is Early Bird Espresso. It has no caffeine, but it tastes like the courage you feel watching a sunrise. As they savor their rewards, Zoe asks the question on all their minds. "Will you be here tomorrow?" Morris just winks, and the truck's paint shifts into a pale, beautiful gold, like the first light of dawn. "Tomorrow," he says, his voice full of promise, "is my specialty." The piano lullaby begins again, and as the truck silently pulls away, the fireflies seem to rise all at once, like tiny lanterns learning a brand new magical song. What a night in Maple Grove. It makes you wonder what kind of magic might be waiting just around the corner in your own neighborhood. Thanks for joining us for this story. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next adventure. See you next time.